After testing so many different AI website builders, what I kind of realized was that a lot of them promise one-click magic, but most of them end up giving you half-finished templates that look like every other generic website that exists on the internet. But the 5 that we'll talk about on this list today are the exception. So let's go over the 5 best AI website builders right now, starting with one of my personal favorites, which is Hostinger's AI website builder. If you want a website that actually feels finished, not a half-empty template that still needs hours of work, this is the one. Hostinger's AI website builder doesn't just build a homepage, it builds your entire website, all of the pages, all of the text, even all of the images automatically. And here's what blew me away the most about this builder. You start by simply adding your business name, and then you describe your business in 1 or 2 sentences. And so for example, something like New York's finest bakery, and a description like a modern bakery in New York City that offers online orders and weekend workshops. That's it. And within seconds, the AI can design a full website around that little bit of information that you gave it, complete with matching colors, photos, a clean layout, even relevant call to action. It almost kind of feels like having a professional web designer, a web developer, a copywriter, and an SEO expert all working together at once, but instantly. And the new 2026 update is wild because it's not just generating random sections anymore, it actually understands website flow and structure. It builds your navigation menu, adds real SEO titles and meta descriptions, and it automatically links every single page together. And once your site is ready, you can jump into the drag and drop editor, and I love the drag and drop editor because everything is visual. You click on any headline and you can rewrite it right on the page. Click an image, swap your logo, move entire sections, no code, no learning curve. But here's where it gets even better, okay? Because Hostinger has a host of other AI tools that are all built in. And so for example, you've got the AI logo maker, the AI SEO assistant, the AI image generator, the AI section adder, and a bunch of other AI tools all built into the same dashboard. So let me show you one of these tools in action, right? Let's take a look at the AI image generator. So let's just say, for example, that you wanted a hero image of a coffee shop owner smiling behind a camera. Well, all you would do is just type in that description and the image appears instantly, perfectly sized and perfectly lit. This is also one of the few builders that handles the entire stack for you. And so hosting, SSL, email, and even domain setup, it all happens in one place. You don't need to connect plugins, install themes, or mess with DNS records. Hostinger has it all built in and it does it for you. It's fast, it's intuitive, and it looks professional right out of the box. If you're building your first website or even your 10th, this is the one that I personally would start with. And if you want to try it out, I'll leave my special link down below, which will give you a discount on any plan that you use. You can also use coupon code Joshua Mayo at checkout to get an additional 10% off your entire order. And honestly, once you see what this AI website builder can do, it's hard to go back to anything else. Now, if Hostinger is the fastest way to build a website, Framer AI is the fastest way to design one that looks handcrafted. Every part of Framer feels like it was made by someone who actually cares about good design. When you first open it, you don't just see a blank canvas. You see potential, right? You start with one sentence, a sleek landing page for a new productivity app with calming colors and modern typography. Hit generate, and in seconds, it gives you something that looks like it came out of a creative agency. I'm talking perfect spacing, smooth animations, balanced color palettes, the kind of visual polish that honestly most builders just can't replicate. And what I love about Framer's AI is that it doesn't just throw blocks on a page, right? It really feels like it understands composition and design. It knows exactly where your eye should go first on the page, how to balance white space on the page, how to make the layout breathe, all of the things that honestly only a trained professional web designer would really understand. But here's what really gets me about Framer AI. Nothing is locked behind these rigid templates, right? Everything is editable, live, and fluid. You can literally type commands in plain English, such as add a testimonial section or make this section darker. And when you do that, it just happens, right? No coding, no hunting for plugins, none of that. It's almost kind of like talking to a designer who instantly understands what you want and can implement it instantly. And because Framer is built on a visual engine that feels like Figma, you can customize things down to the tiniest details. If you're the kind of person who obsesses over the tiniest pixel, right? You're the kind of person who notices the difference between good design and great design, this is probably the web builder for you. Next up is durable. So durable is for people who don't really want to spend hours tweaking layouts or choosing color palettes. They just need a website right now. And that's exactly what this thing does. Durable is easily one of the fastest AI website builders that I've ever used. You start off by describing your business, and so something like a local lawn care company offering same-day quotes and weekly maintenance plans. Then you click generate, and 30 seconds later, you've got an entire site that's ready. Now, to be honest with you, nowadays, that isn't that impressive, right? Because any of these AI website builders can do exactly that. Enter some text and it gives you a website. That's not anything new. So what exactly does Durable do that helps to differentiate itself? Well, Durable is not just a website builder. It's also an entire mini business platform. You get built-in CRM tools to manage leads, AI-generated copywriting tools for updates or emails, and a simple dashboard to track all of your performance across these different things. You can even connect your own custom domain, handle invoices, and accept payments all from the same place. This is something that not a lot of these platforms offer out of the gate, right? At least not as user-friendly as Durable makes it. Now, the catch to all of this is that because Durable sets it up so quickly and it's not really built for customization, you trade things like creative control for instant speed. But that's the beauty of it, right? If you're a local business owner or a freelancer or a service provider and you don't want to get stuck in the tech, you don't want to get stuck in the weeds of building a website, Durable can build you a website that you can get live in just minutes. Now, every once in a while, a new platform shows up that almost no one's talking about. But when you actually try it, you realize it's doing something completely different from all of the other platforms out there. That is how I would describe Base 44. It's not trying to be the biggest or the flashiest. It's just trying to be right. When you first open it up, you can tell that this wasn't built by a corporate design team. It almost kind of feels handcrafted, like someone obsessed over the littlest of details that most AI builders just simply ignore. You start the same exact way that you start with most builders. Type what you want. And so a personal brand website for a freelance designer with an elegant, minimal layout. Hit generate, and what comes out doesn't feel AI made. It feels truly custom made. The typography is clean, the colors are tasteful, the spacing is perfect. I mean, it really does an incredible job of building a website exactly the way you think it should look, if that makes sense. And the best way I can kind of describe it is that it almost looks like the AI understands restraint. It knows when not to add something. For example, just because I want an ad agency website doesn't mean that there automatically has to be a portfolio of my work on the homepage. Sometimes that just doesn't make sense. And yet, a lot of AI builders kind of generate websites that feel generic, right? They automatically add things to a page just because it fits a certain category, and that's not always what needs to happen, right? And that's what separates Base 44 from the rest of these AI website builders, is that it doesn't just generate, it curates. You can guide it with short commands, such as add a pricing table, or make this section full width, or regenerate the hero section with a darker aesthetic. And every single one of these changes happens instantly, but the results never feel rushed. And everything it builds looks and feels cohesive, like it's kind of part of a bigger brand system. And here's the best part, okay? It also includes a growing library of modular AI generated components. And so things like hero sections, galleries, testimonials, all built with real design logic behind them, not just a page builder with a bunch of filler. And so if Hostinger is the business builder, the all-in-one business builder, and Framer is the designer's tool, I would say that Base 44 kind of sits right in the middle of those two. It's a creative balance between control and automation. Now, of all of these tools on this list, Base 44 is still the newest. And so it's still evolving as we speak, but you can still feel the potential every single time you use it, and in my opinion, that's why it's worth a try. All right, last one on this list is Wix. So Wix has been the go-to builder for beginners for a very long time now. I can remember being 13 years old and building my first website with Wix. You pick from a template, it's drag and drop, and then you publish and you're done. But in 2026, Wix isn't just a template builder anymore. It is a full-blown AI website builder system. They've rebuilt everything from the ground up from their previous AI builder, Wix ADI, and honestly, it shows. When you open up Wix, you don't just start by choosing a theme. You start with a conversation. The AI asks who you are, what your business does, what kind of vibe you want your brand to have, and then it gets to work with that information. It writes your copy, designs your layouts, generates matching images. It even recommends color palettes and font pairs that actually look good together. It's like having an entire creative team behind the scenes working quietly, building your brand while you watch it happen in real time. And this isn't the old ADI system anymore, right? The new Wix AI builder is smarter, it's faster, and it feels like it's much more aware of what a modern site should feel like. It understands website hierarchy, right? The foundation of web design. It understands things like your header section needs to have some breathing room, that the call to action buttons need to pop out from the rest of the elements, and that your website footer shouldn't just feel like an afterthought. It needs to still be well designed. It even writes SEO-friendly copy right into every page automatically. And so your website isn't just pretty, but it's actually ready to start ranking on Google. When I tested it, I gave it one sentence: a cozy, handmade candle shop that ships candles worldwide. And what came out looked shockingly real. Soft colors, gentle typography, product sections with real pricing placeholders, even a working contact form. Now, don't get me wrong, right? It's not as customizable as something like Framer or Hostinger, and it's not as fast as durable, but what makes Wix AI special is how effortless it feels. Anyone can use it, no tech knowledge, no setup, no overwhelm. All you have to do is just describe what you want, and within a few minutes, you have a complete professional looking website that actually feels alive. The best way I can probably describe Wix's AI website builder is that it's the kind of builder that your parents or even your grandparents could probably use. Your clients could use, maybe even your 12-year-old nephew could use, and all of them could still get a website that looks surprisingly good and professional. And that right there is what makes Wix still relevant in 2026. It's simple, it's smart, and it just works. Listen, we are living in crazy times right now. I mean, literally just a couple of years ago, building a website meant knowing how to write code or spending hours and hours dragging blocks around, choosing fonts, adjusting spacing, and still wondering why your website didn't look right. Now, you can type a single sentence and the AI will build something that looks like a professional agency designed it for you. I mean, it's truly crazy, and it changes everything because the barrier to creating something online isn't technical anymore, it's purely creative. The tools have finally caught up to your ideas. So here's how I would like to think about all of these website builders that we went over today. If you want something fast and reliable that handles everything for you, go with Hostinger. If you want design control and aesthetic perfection, go with Framer AI. If you want pure speed and zero complexity whatsoever, Durable. If you want something new and refreshing and exciting and just kind of quietly powerful on the back end, Base 44. And if you just want a simple drag and drop beginner friendly builder, think, your grandmother could probably build a website with it, Wix AI website builder is the one to go with. If you want to know the one that I would personally use, the one that I would recommend out of all of these is Hostinger. It's fast, it's affordable, and it gives you every kind of AI tool that you would possibly need all in one place. And what makes it even better is that you can use my link down below to get a discount and start building your website right now. Now, that's not the reason I recommend it. It truly isn't, okay? But I just think that Hostinger is truly the best AI builder to use today, really just based on the fact that it's priced the best and they offer the most built-in tools. At this point, there's really no excuse not to have a website because nowadays, all it takes is an idea and a few seconds and the AI does the rest. You can find find the links to all of these AI website builders down below in the description. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you again in the next one.